So today we're going to be talking about learning from others, but also making it our own. So our first quote is from Brian Herbert, which says, "The capacity to learn is a gift. The ability to learn is a skill. The willingness to learn is a choice." So I love that because it really says that we all can learn. It's our choice, but the capacity is a gift, the ability is a skill, and the willingness is a choice. So where we are right now as a company, as the teams, as individual stylists, I think is such an exciting and amazing part in the story of Color Street, because if you joined today, if you joined this morning, or if you joined yesterday, you are not alone. You don't have to do this alone. You don't have to figure out alone. Like I said, I am almost 3 years into the company. And from when I joined, which the company was about a year old, until now, we have just made leaps and bounds, with the culture and with the company of support and encouragement and helping each other. These connect the dots every day has been amazing since they started. And you are not alone to try to figure this out by yourself. You don't have to recreate the wheel. You don't have to figure out all the details of what to do and what to do next and what to do first. So that is such an amazing part of where we are currently, if we can all learn how to best take advantage of all the information and all the trainings and all the ideas. So that's why we're going to be talking today about learning from others, but then also adapting it to make it your own. So today we're going to be I'm going to go through 3 quick, simple steps that we can all apply to our businesses to learn from others and make it our own. So the first thing is to have a growth mindset. So we all can grow, whether we are a brand new stylist or you were the first one to sign up. We all have areas that we can grow. So ask yourself, where can I grow in my business? Where can I grow as a leader? Where can I grow in my personal development? Maybe you feel like right now you have an awesome hand on your business, on being a leader. You feel like, you're in a really great place. You know all those things right now. So maybe it's time to focus on where can I grow in my personal development. But whatever it is, we all can have an area of improvement and growth. So have a growth mindset. Here's another quote for you. In a growth mindset, so if you're in this mindset that I can grow, challenges are exciting rather than threatening. So rather than thinking, if you've been challenged, rather than thinking, this challenge is going to reveal my weakness, you're going to think, this challenge is going to help me to grow. So again, it's just having that mindset shift of, I don't know it all, I can improve, I can grow, and I'm going to take this challenge, whatever it is, to grow and not think, oh, this is my weak area. Be honest, be open, be vulnerable. Maybe you need to take a minute to self-evaluate, your business, your personal development, your leadership, to say okay, let me find an area that I could grow and I could improve on. This is probably one of my favorite quotes, except for the last one I'm going to share at the end, which is, "The happiest people I know are always evaluating and improving themselves. The unhappy people are usually evaluating and judging others." That kind of blew my mind when I read it the other day, and I had to read it a couple times. The happiest people are the ones who evaluate and improve on themselves, but the unhappy are the people who are evaluating others and judging them. So the second step after getting in the mindset of growth, that we can all grow, is to find the training, find the information, find the ideas, and then be intentional to be focused, to listen, to learn, to watch. So after you've taken that time to say, okay, here's some areas that this year, or maybe this quarter, or this first 6 months that I want to grow. Now is the little bit of the first step in the work is to find the trainings, find the information. So if you say, I want to grow in recruiting, then you're going to find the trainings that are already done, the information that's already out there on how to recruit. So like I said at the beginning, there is no shortage of trainings, of information, and ideas to walk alongside you to run your business. And if I miss any, feel free to shout them out in the comments. But we have the Tuesday trainings every Tuesday. And if you miss them, you can listen and watch the recordings. All of these trainings can be done at any time. So maybe you work during the day, you can do it at night. Maybe you work at night, you can do it during the day. You can listen to some of them here and there going. But we have our Tuesday trainings. We have our Connect the Dots. We have the new Stylist Zoom every Wednesday. We have app trainings. If you don't have the app downloaded, you can download it. There's trainings in there. And then within different team pages, reach out to your upline. Maybe there's a team page that you don't know you could be a part of where there are trainings just like this, where different stylists come on and say, here's something I tried and let me share it with you, and you can use it, you can adapt it, you can apply it to your business. Also, feel free to find information and trainings outsourced if you feel like you've done all of these, or if you're looking for something specific and you can't find it. I know that Clubhouse is all the buzz right now, if you've heard of it, and it's a great place to go and to learn and to listen from people, from experts, from people who have been there, done that in the field of social media, direct sales, marketing. I personally have been spending some time on there learning, listening, engaging, and talking with other people on some of the areas of my business that I feel like I need to grow, and then taking it and applying. But I would challenge you that when you're watching a training, or you're listening to a training or a podcast, or you're reading a book, or any of these things, if it's an area of growth that you really want to focus and zone in on, then when you're listening and watching, reading the training, stay intentional, stay focused. Maybe you have a notepad and you're writing things down, or if you're on your phone, you go into your notes and you make a note. Write down the things that are popping out at you at that moment so that you can go back and you can read them again and you can say, okay, this is something that stood out to me. And then it'll help you to apply it, to take the action, which is going to be our next step. But stay focused. I know I'm like the queen of multitasking, where I'm listening to something and I'm doing dishes, or, I'm on my way to car line and I'm listening to it. But really, I can't stop and take those notes, and the things that jump out at me that I say to myself, I need that. I needed that quote. I needed that idea. I needed that suggestion. So make some time to be intentional, to be focused, to write it down. And then the last part is, I think, the most fun part, which you can take this, you can personalize it, apply it, and then go into action. So I actually heard this quote on a Clubhouse a week or two ago, and it completely convicted me to my core, which was from, and I don't even know how to say his last name, Bob Haling, maybe. He's somebody that I've been following. But he says, ask yourself this: do you have an information execution problem? This means you are always on information overload. You're taking all the information in, but you aren't executing what you learn. So you watch a training and you say, that was amazing. I needed that. That is exactly what I need for my business. And then you never do anything with it. So you're always on this information intake, but you're not taking it and applying it to your business. Now, this can be the most fun part. It can also be part of the challenging, part of the areas where we grow the most. So we see an idea from somebody and then we want to make it our own. That's where it's going to challenge us to think, to brainstorm, to say, okay, my personality, would do this, or, taking somebody's graphic, maybe you see like a really cool graphic idea, but then working on making your own graphic, putting your own face in front of it. Some of those things are definitely going to stretch us and put us out of our comfort zone, but you also can have the most fun with it and apply it. The other thing is, like I mentioned, making it your own, making it your personality, the way that your customers know you, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with somebody does an idea, somebody shows you something that they did in their business, and then you want to use it in your business. But if you're taking their exact same wording, maybe even their same picture, and then putting it in yours, if it doesn't feel like it's coming from you, then your customers are going to feel that too. I'll shout out Mallory. Keith did something the other day, and I even joked with her because her picture was so beautiful. I was like, how funny would it be if I just took your picture and used it on my wall? Of course, my customers would be like, who is that person? But I was joking of like, what interaction could I get if I took it? But really finding those ideas. And I'm so thankful that we have a culture of saying, here's something I did that worked. Now run with it. So I do this with my team. I'll say, here's an event that I just did in my customer group. Here's all the information. Take it, use it, but also make it your own. So change the wording. Make sure it sounds like it's coming from you. Change the pictures. Maybe you don't want to do it exactly how I did it. Feel free to take it, adapt it, apply it, and use it in your business. All right, here's a quote that says, and I think that this was, obviously, I loved all these quotes. That's why I'm using them. But I don't know if I've quite heard this said before. It says, when you focus on what works for you and what doesn't, you step out of the comparison cycle and you spiral into your real beautiful life. So maybe you've seen somebody do a training on something and they said, this worked amazing in my business. And you take it and you do the exact same thing. And then you say, that didn't work in my business. And you may fall into the comparison track of, why did that person do it? And it worked so much better for them. They're so much greater than me. They have more followers. They have this. And I don't. It didn't work. It was a failure. All these things. And we get stuck in that comparison cycle. But when you focus on what works for you and what doesn't work for you, you get out of the comparison cycle and you fall into your own real beautiful life, your own real beautiful business. And then you find your niche, your area of this works for me. And the last thing I would say with all of this, with when you're finding your growth mindset, when you're finding the trainings, you're finding the ideas, is just do it. Just try. Sometimes we say this isn't going to work before we even try it. That's something else that I've been learning, these red light stories that we tell ourselves no before we even attempt, or we say no for somebody else. No, they would never do that. No, they would never want to join me. No, they would never want to host this different type of party. I just did this recently in my business, and I'll tell you, I was so scared. I watched a training on a multi-host party in your customer group. And for about a week, I was like, that would never work for me. That would never work for my customers. And then I was like, well, let me just try. What's the worst thing? Because I'm focusing on my actions and not the results. So I was like, I'm going to focus on the actions. I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take that idea. I'm going to adapt it for what I think works for me, what works for my customers, what works for my group. And I'm going to try it. And if it totally bombs, then it becomes a learning experience. And I say, okay, that didn't work for me. Or if it works well or partially works, then I can say, okay, this worked, this didn't work. And now I can do it again in a different way going forward. So just to recap, have a growth mindset. We all have an area that we can grow in. Find the training, find the information, find the ideas, reach out and reach up. We all have amazing support systems. So maybe you don't even realize that you have this amazing tree of leaders who can help you, who can guide you, who can say, are you in this team group? Here's a perfect training for you. reach out, reach up, find the info, find the training, find the ideas, and then personalize it, apply it, take action, and just try it. And my last quote of all of these is the one that I have been applying the most to my life, to my team, to my business, to everything that I'm doing, to my workouts. Everything that I'm doing is kind of falling back on this. And it says, you don't get results by focusing on results. You get results by focusing on the actions that produce results. So do not get caught up in the results. I'm not seeing XYZ. Ask yourself, am I doing XYZ? You don't get results by focusing on results. You get results by focusing on the actions that produce results. So hopefully this was helpful to you guys. I'm so excited. I'm so thankful for this opportunity to share with you. I will go back to the comments, the questions, and I hope that you guys have an amazing Thursday and have a growth mindset. Find the information, the trainings, apply it, have fun with your business, and take the action steps.